Squad, it's your boy E back at it again with another dope legendary video. As you remember, I recently purchased this 2003 GS430, and you guys remember I had a front end damage where this side here was damaged. So now what I did was I went ahead and bought only Aristo parts, which if you guys know, Toyota has a model called Toyota Aristo, which is more popular in Japan, but it is a very rare car that you find here. You will find a whole bunch, but it's not easy to find. However, I was able to buy all of the front end Aristo parts, which I'm going to show you now. And if you guys interested, I'm about to show you exactly how to take off your front bumper and the fender liner and the hood itself and the tools that you need to get this job done, because I did it myself. If you are new to this channel, my name is Eli. I do cool car reviews, and also I remodel my own personal vehicles. So if you're one of the people that actually work on your cars and do project, this channel is for you. Don't forget to subscribe and comment, because I'm about to show you a lot of things about this GS430. Any question you have, you guys let me know in the comment box below. And with that being said, let's go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Ooh, boy, believe it or not, I did this myself. For a guy who never did any body work before or worked with somebody, doing body work, I mean, I did a pretty good job. So I have a long story of why I did it myself, because I almost got robbed. I ended up catching the guy, but long story short, I decided, I said, you know what, I'm going to try to do this myself. However, as hard as it is to find a Toyota Aristo, I found all of the parts, which is this whole front end is Aristo part. So if you know exactly about the Toyota Aristo, they're really hard to find. And the reason why I ended up going with all of the parts is because I only needed that right fender. If you remember, the car was hit on this side, which the headlight got broke. The bumper got messed up because the bumper or the bracket that was supposed to go on this side broke, so which means the bumper has no use, and I needed the fender. So technically I would say I only needed the bumper and the right fender and the hood. So because I only find the Aristo parts, I was forced to put the other side of the fender because of this little reflector that the fender comes with, because this only comes with the Aristo fenders. If I were to find like a GS430, I wouldn't have to buy the other side. But since in order for me to have both fender match, I was forced to buy the other side of the fender, which has the same little mark right here for the fender reflector. So now I ended up bought the whole front end, which is Aristo part. But the one thing that I got stuck at, you guys, I couldn't do the rest of the work myself, because I now need to put this car on a frame machine, which clearly I don't have these type of tools, because the car was pushed back when it got hit on this side. If I can show you a prime example, if you notice, there are two bolts here. So these two bolts were supposed to align right here with the fender. So the fender actually screwed to the frame of the car, but because the car was pushed back, so now I couldn't put the bolts. In order for me to put them, I would have to pull this piece back, which is hard for me to do manually, and you would have to put on the frame machine, and somebody who knows what they're doing would have to do this the proper way, because as you can notice is the fender, the radiator pushed back all the way, maybe about an inch back. So now what they would have to do is they would have to pull this whole front end. And if you can notice right here, another prime example, the latch was supposed to be locked, but because the frame pushed all the way back, you see right here, it can't be locked. And also I have the new grill coming, and I have new set of lights coming also. And you guys stay tuned. This about to be a legendary project, and as you can see, it's coming along pretty fine.
Turn me up, Z.
And now for those of you who want to do this yourself, you're gonna need about 3 to 4 tools. You're gonna need a 10mm socket, or a wrench or something. You could take the 10mm bolts out. You're gonna need a 12mm for the hood latch, and you're gonna need some Phillips screwdriver in order for you to take the cover, the engine cover underneath the bumper, because the bumper has about 10 bolts underneath it that you have to unscrew. another for you to take the cover, the engine cover, another for you to take the whole bumper out by itself. The best thing that you would need to do, or the easiest way for you to take the fender off, you would have to take the wheel off, because it would give you the easy access to get all the screws that are underneath the fender liner, because there's at least 2 bolts underneath the fender liner that actually bolt into the fender you will need to take out. And also the fender liner is attached to the fender itself. You will need to take that off, which they have a couple of bolts that you need to take, and there's 2mm bolts underneath this, and there's a clip right here that you're going to take off, and this piece right here you could pull it out because it's clip on. And once you do this part right here, you will need to take out this side right here, which has some screws, which has some Phillips screws that you will need to unscrew in order for you to unclip this. That way you can take the fender out all the way. And also there's a 10mm bolt on this side here that you're going to take out, and there's a couple more on the top. There are about 3mm bolts up here, which is one here, another 10mm bolt right here, and there's supposed to be another one here, due to the fact that this frame is actually pulled back a little bit, so I didn't put this one here until they fix it the proper way. So once you take these 10mm bolts, there will be 2 more on this side right here. If you can notice here, there's 2 10mm bolts which actually screw into here that you're going to take out. Once you do that, and you can completely take the fender off, and as well as the bumper, there are some 10mm bolts that goes all around it. There's one here, and there's another one here that you got to take out. And if you look on the other side, there's one here, one up here, another one here, because mind you have to do these in order for you to take the bumper off, and also you have an easy access to take the light off. And back here there are some screws that attach between the fender and the bumper itself, which are again 10mm bolts that you're going to do to unscrew from the bottom once you take the fender liner off, as well as the engine cover is, as you can see right here, that I didn't put back on because there's still stuff that I need to do underneath there. So you're going to take about 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another one here, and there's 2 other screws in the bottom down here that you need to take off. And pretty much they are all 10mm bolts and some Phillips, and you might need some flathead screwdriver in order for you to take these connection off the headlights. It will be easy that way. So once you have a 10mm bolt, you have a screwdriver, which is a Phillips or a flat, pretty much you're on your way to go. And another for you to take the hood off. It's pretty tricky because the old one comes with this bolt here where you can pop this strut out. You're going to use a 12mm piece of equipment in order for you to unbolt this, in order for you to take the hood off. So now there are 2 screws again, which I believe they are 10mm or 10mm bolt that you need to take off as well. And you have the same thing on the other side. Pretty much the only thing that you really need is a 10mm socket or some piece of equipment, and a 12mm for the hood itself, because you only have use for it to take the struts off. And you need a flat screwdriver and a Phillips. So if you can get those tools, and it will be easy for you to take every part of the front end off easily. As crazy this may sound, I found the cheapest part, or which is the cheapest side mark for the fender, for the Aristo fender, is $110. I couldn't believe that these little side mark cost this much. Like, I gotta find them $50 a piece, and it is extremely hard for me to find at the junkyard, so I'm forced to buy this online. I think the cheapest one that I found so far was $90 plus shipping, and the second cheapest was $110 with all the Hornet connections and stuff if I want to really make it work. And that's crazy. Just for the fender is $110. Just for the side mark, $110. Now, boys and girls, this video is about to come to an end. I want to quickly show you all of the new stuff that I will be putting in this car in the next video. The first thing that I'm going to put in is the side mark or the side reflector on the fender, which again I just showed you they cost $110 on eBay. The cheapest one that I could find was $90. I couldn't believe it was this much for just side mark that may not be even functional. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna I actually already buy the headlights. They are coming, and I have new grill coming, and I have bought the set of lights. I didn't want to buy just one new one, and the other one looks old and raggedy, so I have a set that's coming and with no grill. And by the next video, this car gonna be really painted. I want you to see exactly how it turned out to be, and as you can see, you guys, this is looking good so far. I'm liking this, and I never thought that I could just put all the parts by myself without no help. The only thing that I needed help with was putting the hood because it was a bit heavy. So pretty much, you guys, I'm coming next with the third update of how everything turned out to be as far as the paint. I'm gonna buy new fender liner. Everything's gonna be new. I'm gonna buy new engine cover because it looks beat up and stuff. So everything's gonna be new by the next video. And also there are a couple other things that I found out that was wrong with this car. I didn't realize that this window didn't work properly. So most likely in the next video I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to fix this motor or the window because it's not working properly. And as you can see, I have a little paper stuck into the windshield because if I don't, the window's going to fall down. If you know exactly what is wrong with it, let me know in the comment box below how I can fix this, because every time I press the button it goes halfway up and it goes down, and it sounds like it's breaking the window. And as you can see here, all these little scratch messed up the tint, so because of the window is not working properly. Like I said again, if you know exactly how to fix this, let me know in the comment box below. And boys and girls, thank you for watching. This video about to come to an end. Stay blessed, don't be stressed. Your boy out, and I'll catch you back in the next video.